The Israel Defense Forces now confirming at least 18 Hamas and Islamic Jihad terrorists were killed during last week's precision strike on a command and control center that was embedded inside a school in northern Gaza. The IDF says the center was used by terrorists to plan and execute terror attacks on Israeli troops and on the state of Israel. These are photos right there on your screen, again released by the IDF. I do want to take you out to this live image that we do have right now. This is actually over Beirut in Lebanon as Israel does continue its strikes in Lebanon on Hezbollah strongholds after warning residents there near Beirut several times to evacuate. David Mencer is the Israeli government spokesperson. We air his briefings pretty much daily here on Live Now from Fox, and he joins us now live to talk more about all of that. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us, David.
Good to be with you, Josh. Thank you.
Of course. Well, first off, I do want to ask you, because we know that the operations there in Lebanon on the Hezbollah strongholds do continue here, but something that a lot of people don't seem to realize is you have these barrage of missiles, rockets that are being fired over at northern Israel pretty much on a daily basis, almost on an hourly basis, with sirens going off. So can you explain a little bit more about the situation there?
Yes, Josh, it's not, unfortunately, just over northern Israel. At 7:43 this morning, the air raid siren went off. I was in Tel Aviv. I was actually in the synagogue. It's the Jewish festival of Sukkot right now. I had my lulav and etrog in my hands. The air raid siren went off. Your heart sinks. I immediately ran to my home, which is just next door, to get my wife and kids inside our shelter. I got them in, shut the door before the air raid siren went off, terminated, and above our heads we heard the most enormous boom as, thank God, Israel's miraculous Iron Dome missile defense system shot that Iranian-made Hezbollah rocket out of the sky. So it's not just in northern Israel. We've had over 12,000 of these rockets, drones, missiles rain down on our country. No country on earth would put up with this sort of aggression. Just to be clear, Josh, so you know, this aggression started the day after the October 7th massacre just over a year ago now, and Hezbollah have been firing at us every single day, unprovoked, since that day. And of course, we know why they're doing it. They tell us very, very openly. They want to destroy this country. But Israel now is able to defend itself. We have a state, we have a strong state which is ready, willing, and able to defend ourselves. Our people are united in that mission to defend ourselves. And we have a simple mission up in the north of Israel. It's very, very simple. We just want to get our people home. 65,000 of our people have been evicted from their homes in northern Israel, an Israeli sovereign territory. They can't live there because of this incessant rocket fire, and we're simply not putting up with it. Israel is not willing to put up with a genocidal terrorist organization on our northern border, which simply seeks to repeat the October 7th massacre, but only this time with Hezbollah, the best armed, the best funded, the most organized terrorist organization in the world. We're not going to put up with it, not anymore, not after last year's massacre. Hezbollah will be pushed back to allow our people to go home.
I want to talk about the visit from U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken. He is there right now. He's met with Prime Minister Netanyahu. We saw a photo that was posted by the Israel War Room a bit earlier on today. And of course, later on today, he will meet with President Herzog there. So what does Netanyahu hope to accomplish with that meeting with Blinken there? I imagine it could potentially be a little bit tense, considering that classified document leak that is under investigation by the Pentagon. But what does Netanyahu hope will come from that meeting?
So I haven't got anything to add on that story which you mentioned, but what I can tell you, of course, is that this is the 10th visit now from Secretary of State Blinken. Look, throughout this war, we've been very appreciative that the US have stood side by side with us, shoulder to shoulder, in our efforts to defeat this terrorist menace. Our war aims are very clear, and you can be sure that's what our Prime Minister will be sharing with Secretary of State Blinken. They are, of course, our highest priority to get our people home. 101 hostages inside the Hamas terror dungeons for over a year now. 101 people, 36 of them, unfortunately, have been killed by Hamas. But still many, many alive. We want to get them home. The Prime Minister called it our highest priority. And I imagine the Prime Minister will be sharing with him Israel's offer that we made on Thursday night on the announcement of the death of Sinwar, the terror leader. We said to the terrorists, we are going after the Hamas leadership one by one. We're taking them down one by one. And we've made that clear. But if the terrorists release our hostages without any further harm, alive, then they will be able to escape with their lives. But we have, of course, other war aims. They are to get our people home in our north and in our south as well, but also to ensure that Gaza and Hamas in particular can no longer be a threat to this country. There is no forward scenario that Israel can foresee with Hamas being in any position of authority inside Gaza. It simply will not happen. Those are our war aims, and that's what, no doubt, what the Prime Minister will be sharing with Secretary of State Blinken, our great partner in this battle for our survival.
The killing of Hamas leader Yahya Sinwar, you just talked a little bit about that, but can you explain for folks out there the significance of taking out the leader of Hamas? We know, of course, that they will promote somebody, so to speak, to a leadership role at this point, but how significant is it to take out Sinwar?
Well, Josh, it's hugely significant. You cannot overestimate how significant it is. I'll tell you from personal experience, when the news came through that Sinwar had been eliminated, I was actually in the home of my brother, and a huge eruption went up over the street, a huge amount of noise, people shouting and cheering. And I'll tell you why that was. My brother told me that that was a family who had sent one of their sons to fight Hamas in Gaza, and their son had been killed by the Hamas terrorists. So, of course, this is the man responsible for the October 7th massacre. 1,200 of our people massacred, beheaded, children killed, babies burnt alive, the terrible rapes that took place, the attempt to extinguish this country. Of course, that was huge. But the Prime Minister made clear it's the beginning of the end of Hamas, with their leadership decapitated, just like with the Hezbollah leadership, we're going after them one by one. We've made a very, very clear offer to the Hamas terrorists. Sinwar did not want to make a deal to release our hostages. He constantly walked away. We've removed that logjam. The Prime Minister's made an offer. He said, let our people go unharmed, without any further harm, and the Hamas terrorists will be able to leave with their lives. That's a good offer in my book, and the Hamas would do well to take that offer for a better future, not only for our hostages who are desperate, we're desperate to get home. You know, they're an open wound in Israeli society, but also for the future of Gaza. Gaza can begin for a better future for itself and its people without Hamas in power.
My last question for you here. I do want to pop this up on your screen, as this is a post from the Israel Defense Forces, and it kind of shows the situation underneath that hospital over in Beirut, because it says Hezbollah's central financial facility also served as Nasrallah's hiding place for years. And this kind of shows where it's located. How significant is it to essentially take this out?
Well, look, the IDF has made clear that we've highlighted the location of Nasrallah's gold, and not only gold, but mountains of cash as well, that Nasrallah, the dastardly Hezbollah leader, kept underneath that hospital. Of course, all of this is from the Iranian playbook of terrorism, whereby sensitive Hezbollah or Hamas positions are kept underneath hospital, with an effort, of course, to deter Israel from targeting those centers. The IDF has shown that last night. Our Army spokesman Daniel Hagari made a comprehensive effort to explain the amount of gold and the amount of cash which is underneath the hospital. He also made clear that there are financial institutions inside Beirut and across Lebanon which are used as the financial hub of Hezbollah. $50 million in cash goes every month from Tehran via Syria into Lebanon to pay for those Hezbollah terrorists. Most of them, of course, are mercenary. The ones who we've captured have already told us that, morale is at a rock bottom because we've decapitated this terrorist organization, and we won't stop until Hezbollah stop firing their rockets and are pushed back behind the Litani River, as made crystal clear in UN Resolution 1701. We're taking apart that financial institution. We're highlighting always to Lebanese civilians that our battle is not with them, it is with Hezbollah. We've told them to get out of harm's way. They're heeding our warnings to make sure that they're not harmed, but we're going for Hezbollah and their financial assets as well. They won't be able to wage war on us anymore.
All right. David Mencer, Israeli government spokesperson. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to be here with us. And as I mentioned, we air your briefings daily here. Is there anything else you want to add before I let you go?
Well, just the thing I say to your viewers on Fox, that there's so much support across the US for Israel. It's really been heartening that over the last year that we've received so many messages and pledges of support and prayers as well. All of them are absolutely key because in so much of the media, we're facing a pretty bad time with the images which Hamas and Hezbollah have engineered about the horrors of this war. They fight from civilian areas. Thankfully, your viewers and so many people in the US don't fall for it and are standing four square behind Israel. And I just want to say from the Israeli government, we appreciate it. Thank you.
David, thank you again for taking the time to be here with us. We appreciate it.
Good to be with you, Josh. Thank you.